one of the things that I really like to think of is I'm sure you've seen the video of that suicidal veteran, and a cop comes up and he's telling the dude,
Yeah, and they
he's
got a
like, hey,
car in between them.
yes, yes. So for those that aren't familiar with this, this guy is like a 6'6" former paratrooper, and he he's telling the guy, he's like, it could have been any other officer that responded to this, but and I think he said like the good Lord sent me,
Yeah,
not any, not a different one of these guys. Um, and kind of applying that mindset to the calls that I go to now. Like I've had one where we have one of the only Japanese speaking like living care home facilities in the region, and I am the only Japanese speaking officer in my department, and I got sent to a death investigation there. Like, what are the odds of that, right? I was put there for a reason.
yeah,
And when you kind of frame everything with that mindset of I'm here for a reason, I think it helps you have the best possible outcome. And I think it is also the best for you mentally, if that makes sense.
yeah. No, it does. I like that, and I've definitely, yeah, and I think you could definitely be put on calls and like experience that where you're like, I was here for a reason. But then if you're aware of it, you also have like input on you being on the call, like the right call, um, if that makes sense, because there have been times where I'll hear, and like specifically like with what we've built with talk and like suicide awareness and prevention and normalizing it, like some of more like the mental health calls, specifically if it's like a first responder or service member or something, I try to attach myself to those, even if I'm like not like the primary or like the secondary officer. Like I'll just attach and then be like, see who the other officers are, and if they're not like building a rapport or whatever, I can kind of like step in. Sometimes I've brought up talk and like, hey, this is what I do. I have a passion for it. Like we can help you. Like don't think about it. It is like this, like you're gonna get in trouble or anything. Like let's just get you the help and try to take care of things. But yeah, I mean, I think there's both sides of it where you could be put in a situation and just that's just it's meant to be, for like a good positive outcome. But if you're aware of that and how that happens on calls, you can also be more aware of inserting yourself on calls where it's they have a positive outcome.
Yeah. And that it just goes back to what I was talking about of living intentionally. And it's kind of one of those things when you look for the bad in things, you're always going to find bad, right?
Yeah.
But this is one of those things you can kind of almost, because of the situation, like if you approach it with the attitude of I was put here for a reason, uh, maybe you weren't, but you find a way to make, to give a
Yep.
reason to that call. If you
Yeah.
have that mentality, I've just found it to be so helpful for like how I deal with people. And like, am I the perfect cop? No, absolutely not. Like, yeah, I lose my patience every once in a while.
Oh
I've
yeah.
found I've found that to be like the most helpful uh little mind hack in dealing with calls for service. It's just, as I'm pulling up, be like, hey, I was put here for a reason today.
Yeah. I think that's a good mentality to have, and for people listening to this, and I'll try it because trust me, there are times, and every patrol cop knows this, or every cop who worked patrol, it's like here's another bullshit paper call. Now I'm going to have to deal with this, and it's going to be 30-45 minutes of reports and typing, and then you clear that call and you go to another call, and then you start to get burnt out by some of these calls, and you're like, god damn, like I can't catch a break today. All you want to do is go chase somebody or find dope or guns. And then there are times where you get so burnt out where you hear your call sign over the radio, and right away you're like, fuck. Right in your head you're like, god damn, or you hear like 1180, like a major crash or something, you're like, fuck, like, and then you scream out loud really quick, and then you're like, 2:30, go ahead, like in like a normal calm.